Here we go.
Get more emo.
Holding for fringe.
G'day, I'm Harry and welcome to the Loot Drop. Hey, remember NFTs? I feel like it was only a year ago that we were all talking about them, and now I'm hearing diddly squat. Web 3.0 and NFT blockchain technology was supposedly the next big thing, and back in 2022 on Sega's own website, they said they were focusing on new areas such as Metaverse and Web3. Sega had even reported that they had invested several Web3 and Metaverse startups as a part of its open innovation efforts. What's that? What's that sound? Is that the sound of backpedaling?
Isn't that a truck reversing?
Yes. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, Sega's COO Shuji Utsumi stated that they're maybe not 100% gung-ho about incorporating Web3 and blockchain tech into their new flagship super game. Utsumi isn't underestimating the potential of Web3 and blockchain tech, but is cautious to dive in blindly, which is good because you know what happens when you do? You get something like the Polium 1. Remember the Polium 1? It was touted as this first ever Web3 console for next-gen gaming, and it had some of the funniest marketing I have ever seen. Like, check out these specs. 4K and 8K at 120 frames per second is a huge call for this generation's consoles. And also, they have advertised that their controller will have Touch ID, which last time I checked is an Apple trademark. I'm so glad I snatched a screenshot of these specs before they realized how ludicrous it is, because they've since taken these down and now the specs of the Polium 1 are loading.
Also, the logo is the GameCube logo. Now, we're not going to spend the entire episode teeing off on how bad Polium 1 is, because people have already done that. I'm more curious about where we're at with NFTs in gaming and if they even belong in gaming. Now, I really tried to understand what a Web3 blockchain game actually is. I looked it up, I asked around, and at the end of every line of inquiry, it all came down to owning in-game assets in the form of NFTs. The idea is that you'd own a skin or cosmetic item in a game in the form of an NFT. And with Web3 gaming, you'd even be able to transfer these assets from game to game. The big push for NFTs in gaming has to do with the success of cosmetic microtransactions, everyone's favorite word. One advantage of owning an NFT of a weapon skin over the traditional method of owning a skin is, let's say in a traditional game, the game developer eventually shuts down their servers. So bump out, you've lost your skin forever. But with an NFT, the skin will exist in a public blockchain of code, and theoretically, you'd be able to transfer this asset into another game, assuming it's developed to support that. Now, all this talk of money and cosmetics and stuff is a big selling point for investors and entrepreneur venture capitalist dinguses, but like, how is it a selling point for gamers? That I still don't really understand. I've checked out a couple of these blockchain games, and they're fine. Nothing to write home about. It's definitely not the future of gaming or anything like the NFT community would want you to believe it is.
Look, it is still early days with this technology, but at the moment it seems it's more enticing for investors and money makers than gamers. Until we see that breakthrough Web3 game that utilizes the blockchain in a cool way, I'm in no hurry to spend money on it.
I just feel like no one understands me. Like, I am the future of gaming. I have my own consoles. Well, had my own consoles. I hope they stay here. It's just so frustrating. Like, no one understands me.
I know, right? Like, we are the future of gaming and we just need people to spend lots of time and money on us.
Okay, we're not the same. I am a revolutionary tech product that consumers are rightfully worried about because they understand the technological limitations. Oh my God, we are the same. We're all the same.
Okay, we are not the same. You could play Breath of the Wild on me.
Yeah, you could. But rent this week for real.
Yeah, you
like the NFT thing that you keep
Okay,
doing.
Dogecoin's going to the moon.
Okay, that doesn't make any
Paid
sense.
in Ethereum last week?
You sent me a picture.
Hey Jan, what time is it?
So glad you asked, Harry. It's time for our favourite segment. We talk about news too small to elaborate on, but too big to ignore. It's barely news in one take. Xbox
Larry Herb,
aka Major Nelson, is leaving Microsoft after 22 years. Major Nelson was the director of programming for Xbox Live and very much the public face of Xbox for more than 2 decades. So he will be obviously sorely missed. Thank you for all your hard work, Major Nelson.
barely news! Speaking of leaving Naughty Dog, co-president Evan Wells has retired. Evan Wells has been with Naughty Dog since 1998, so thanks for all your hard work. Bellews!
Speaking of leaving, Last of Us TV series co-writer
Craig Mazin.
is choosing to leave his name out of the writing credits for the Borderlands movie, which probably means it's like really bad.
Badly news. Neopets is coming back because they're getting $4 million. Million dollars. I don't know where they got it from, Belly News.
So excited for more Neopets!
Did you play it?
Yeah, dude, I was massively into it. Do you know it's got a massive furry community?
Okay. That's the Loot Drop coming out this week.
Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch.
Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragon on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch and PC.
The Expanse, a Telltale series, episode 1 on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch and PC.
And Disney Illusion Island on the Switch. Jem, what do we have coming out this week?
Well, I've got a bunch of reviews, but also the Thursday live stream, so be sure to check it out.
And Sam and Dan are back from Splendor in the Grass. There'll be a bunch of content, so make sure you follow us on TikTok, you subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll see you very soon.
Sam, show the mask.
I think it's Grogu. Cut. We keep it going.
But don't stop ever.
Everything's content, baby, whether you like it or not.
Finger heart, finger heart, finger heart, finger heart.
You know Dan didn't know what that was.
Finger heart. Yeah,
You had
it's
to explain
Korean.
it to him.
Korean. Yeah.
Yeah, a little hot.